Hello and welcome to I Want to Grow, and I Want to Grow is all about that, right? We all want to grow. This week, we're celebrating 90 years of the British Council, and today we have an amazing guest that's going to kind of reminisce over the work that they've done with the British Council. Mr. Abdullah, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast in this celebration.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and about your history.
Okay, my name is Abdullah Al-Baker, graduated architectural engineering from United States, have a BS/MS in architectural engineering, started working in Doha municipality, then changed to urban planning and spent my whole period of work in urban planning. Then joined the Qatar Engineering Society and finally with the Lean. Also about construction. So started with architecture, went to urban planning, and went back to something to deal with construction management, reducing waste.
I'm gonna start with I'm gonna say with the last 16 years in Qatar. I came here in 2008. What changes have you seen over the years with Qatar?
Well, Qatar had like a certain rhythm until a certain period of time. Then I'm talking here about architecture and about the urban planning. Then in the middle of the 90s, we changed all buildings. We used to have like the highest building, 26 story in zone 15. And then we had in West Bay, the highest building, 16 floor. And we are using here two terms. In West Bay, which is zone 60 till 66, we use the American terms, which is floor 1, 2, 3. The rest of Qatar, we use the British way, which is G+1, G+2, G+10. So it's totally different. So we have two different master plan. We have one for whole Qatar, which is using the British standard or the British way, and it is made by a British consultant office. Leyland Davis, Shanklin Cox. In West Bay, it is William Pereira, which is American consultant office. So you can see the difference between the two. In the middle of the 90s, the whole thing switched and the height is opened. So at that time, we use a word, sky is the limit, which is crazy because that will affect everything. It will affect services, it will affect the traffic, it will affect everything. And you can see if you go now to the West Bay, which is zone 60 to 66, you can see the buildings there.
Yeah.
The old buildings, they are less than even 16 story, but the highest building you can see things that above 60 floor.
Yeah.
And even we had a problem because the airport is close to the area. There's like a limitation. The airport was changed to a different area, and to reduce this problem or to eliminate this problem, and to allow those buildings to go higher and higher. Then we started with the new centers like Pearl, Lusail. This is all like new centers. Yeah. And you can see even the buildings in them higher and higher. In Lusail, you can see like something similar to New York. You can see all the grid system, and you can see buildings, high buildings. Even the villa is in one side, and you can see the rest of the area. And Pearl, you can see something more dense, but very close to each other, not separated or not. Does not have like the American way, maybe the British way. Like if you walk in any area in UK, you can see buildings close to each other. The road is narrow, for small cars.
Yep.
Here you will see it in Pearl. Not all Pearl, but part of the Pearl, you see it like this. A small road with buildings, high buildings. Opposite to Lusail. Lusail, you'll see high-rise building, but you'll see huge roads.
Yeah.
And this is similar to New York. So it is different system than what we had until the middle of the 90s. From the middle 90s, whole things changed. We had like only one road, Salwa Road, Shimal Road, but after that, now we have a lot. And it's all new roads. It's all designed in the American system, highways. And you can see them like a huge roads, a lot of traffic. So it came in time.
Yeah.
It was thought of and designed for this problem. So whoever thought, I'm not going to say the urban planning, but somebody driven the whole thing. And whoever thought of that thought of everything.
That's quite fascinating. I remember Lusail when it just didn't exist.
True.
Lusail was nothing then. But I was in awe the other evening when I came back and I had the stadium all lit up in gold. And then I saw all the buildings. And it was just, I just put it into perspective. It's changed so much. There wasn't anything there.
Middle of the 90s, Lusail, only one building you'll see there.
Yeah, incredible.
Only one building, and now you can see all what's there, all the infrastructure, all the. You can see we used to have like all our electricity overhead. Right now it's all cables, and you can see the change, the cost of this change.
Whoa! I didn't even take that into consideration.
It's all changed.
There's no power lines. You're right.
Everything, not only even for communication. We used to have a lot of towers, a lot of like columns, wooden columns with all those cables in it. You cannot see it now. It's all removed. Maybe accidentally you'll see one in a very old area, might be, but most of it been changed, shifted.
I think Qatar's a fantastic country where if there's a problem, it gets fixed very quickly.
Well, last week we had like a conference with Public Work, and Public Work had this conference about adopting IA, and they want to change everything. They want to use like a new type of roads, and instead of digging, cutting, they just bring pieces being precasted in a site, and they just fix it in the road. So you will not feel anything. Directly, it will be done fast.
Wow.
This was advertised in last week's conference.
In the conference, I went to that conference. I was, but that seems to be taking it to a whole new, different scale.
This is what Ash'al after, to change the whole things and to adopt all type of a new procedure using all type of electronics, all a new way to reduce labor. You know, here sun reach temperature reach 50, 45, 50. It's not good for labor, but if you are using a different method, it might be easier.
And one more question: roundabouts or traffic lights? Which one do you prefer?
Well, I lived in United States. It's all traffic. I hope we reach that much. Like in United States, they respect the stop sign.
Yeah.
Without the traffic, without roundabout, you just stop when you reach a sign called the stop sign.
Yeah.
So I think we are reaching there. I think traffic light better than roundabout.
I think it's one of the best transformations. It took a lot of cash, money,
it is.
But it was all roundabouts when I came.
True.
And now it's all traffic lights.
True, but the period of roundabout, the number of cars is nothing compared to today.
No.
Even the roads. Even 𝗙ص itself, how many lines it used to be before and how many lines now, still they are increasing the line, still there is a lot of traffic.
But the traffic I find, I don't know whether it was because of the holidays, but I find the traffic is a lot less now. I don't know whether that's because of the delivery drivers, Snunu or Talabat or Deliveroo.
All of that, but it's still 𝗙𝗁𝗁, sometimes you find like a bottleneck. Certain area,
Yes,
there
yes.
is like a bottleneck. People want to go to QNC, the college there.
Yeah.
So they use a certain signal. So you'll see a lot of traffic. By providing different way, you reduce this traffic. So it's now it's not like before. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
And there was a token, I don't know if it's still, about 𝗙𝗀𝗪 highway. If it's still there, then it's another plus.
You're right. It's been fascinating to see the transformation, and the infrastructure is quite considerable. It's with what's been done over the years is amazing, and the metro is something else. I just find that brilliant. But so you've had some big things that you've been involved in over the years.
Yes, I was also involved in metro with the link with the GCC. We use, I think still they are meeting to connect all GCC country with a train, and at a certain period of time, we are talking about a faster train. We are talking about something like the Bullet or the 550 speed. We are talking about some speedy train.
Wow.
It might not fit for us because we are a small country, but even if we manage something less than 550 or 350, still it's good.
It's going to be it really is going to be beneficial, because I was in a traffic lights today, and somebody brought it to my attention. Look how many Saudi cars are around us.
A lot.
We were surrounded by Saudi cars.
A lot. But if a train starts, you might even reduce that. People might use the train.
Exactly.
And they rent a car here, or they use taxi or whatever. It will be easier for them.
But that's the great thing about the way the Gulf is going right now.
It is like a small town.
Yeah. Now, we're celebrating the British Council.
No.
What does the British Council mean to you?
There was like a competition about traditional architecture, and I was part of that with the British Council. It was a great experience, something new. The way they organize things, they are professional. The way they are selecting people, the way they are preparing for it. I mean, it was a good job. It took time, but still, it was a good effort, a good job, and the result was great.
They've been in Qatar now since 1972. They're in that bedrock, right?
Yeah, it's almost 50 years.
Yeah,
50, yeah.
I find it staggering. The guests that I've had on the podcast this last week, I didn't realise just how important the British Council is to people.
It is.
There was one lady. She was talking about the certificate that she got when she was 7 years old.
Wow.
Exactly, and so phenomenal. So, what did you think? How did it help you? How did it kind of get people involved with the competition that you ran?
They have a lot of access. It's easier for them. Like they can come here and they can, let's say, go to 𝗪𝗪, which is another location used for similar events. We went to Zone 4. At that time, there was a lot of work in it. 𝗪𝗪, this one was a lot of work in it. So we toured the whole area. They had even like the oldest school in Qatar, the oldest ladies' school, and they were doing their meeting inside the school and doing kind of a competition inside the school. It's called Amna Mahmoud, and it's the oldest school in Qatar, or the first school for ladies in Qatar. I think it's still saved. I don't know if you've been there or not. It's close to this zone. So we were there, and we see a lot of things inside the school. Because when they decided to renovate this zone, they removed everything in this zone, and they found certain things, they put it at that old school. So you can see it.
Oh, wow.
And you can see a lot of things, a lot of souvenirs, a lot of things used by people, left by the business people, because this is close to 𝗙𝗪𝗪.
Yeah.
𝗙𝗪𝗪 was also under renovation. So we have like 𝗙𝗪𝗪 and this area and Zone 4. So it's like the 3 zones all under renovation.
Wow.
So it's a lot of change. We have like 7 zones, which is the center for Qatar. It used to be. Now we have a lot of centers. So zone 1 to 7. This was like almost the capital. Even if you see like old articles, you'll find like 𝗪Rڨ considered like a village, not in Doha. Today it's part of Doha. You'll be surprised. Doha is almost 219 square kilometers.
Wow.
Which is a huge.
Yeah.
But this is not a greater Doha. This is Doha.
Yeah.
So for the British consul to be spread all over, and the British consul, people take exam. They go to the British consul. They want to upgrade their language. They want to take test. They go there. And it's easy access, safe, and friendly people.
Yeah.
So this is create a good relation.
A great relationship. I look at the thing that with the music academy, Qatar's music academy, the way that they brought masters in the art of music to Qatar, teaching young children how to play an instrument, inspiring them to play an instrument. The other projects that they've been working on, how they bring cultures together from all over the world, I just find I find breathtaking, and I'm so glad I'm from the UK myself. So when I see the British Council up on the board there, I'm really proud, because I didn't know exactly what they did, in honesty. But I look now that we've interviewed 20 people, soon to be 60. I'm so proud of what they've achieved. It's incredible. And listening to what they've been doing with you, it really is groundbreaking.
It is.
90 years. If there was if there was a message that you wanted to give with your experiences you've had with them, what would be that message that you would want to give to them?
I would tell them thank you and continue the good work. Continue spreading knowledge, education.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to ask you the difficult question is, how can you squeeze everything that they do into one word, and why?
Spreading knowledge. Why? Because of the knowledge there, because everything today in the English language. So you are getting your English first before the school from the British Council. There is a lot of small schools, but here you go to the professional and you learn the language. And this is kind of spreading the education, spreading the tools that you use to go for your higher education.
Yeah.
Spreading the way to search for your universities. You want to go to UK, you have to go to the British cultural before to see those schools, where to go, the different university. So it helped a lot. It served all the purposes why it is here.
I had one person I want to share with you. I had one person that was from the Philippines, and she came here and she just wanted to have coffee with people. She started with 5, and now she's helped, with the help of the British Council, she's helped over 70,000 people from here in Qatar. 70,000. It's incredible. And those relationships they built up with both Qataris and expats is, again, they brought us together. It's just been a phenomenal sitting here. It's very special. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your words and your experiences with them. It was very, very, very it was brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.